because it talked about positive thinking and it talked about the law of attraction, but it did so in kind of a secular way, which is a really good starting point. So if you're new, it's really cool to learn, wow, I can think positively, I can think differently, and I can begin to attract something new in my life. Wonderful. However, people outside of our philosophy have criticized it. People who've said, that doesn't work. You can't just think positive, that doesn't work. Well, they're right, because if you believe it's not going to work, it doesn't work. So they made their own self-fulfilling prophecy, so to speak. For me, the piece that was missing, the reason I say it fell short, is because it did not address the first cause part of this. It did not go up to the greater thing up there and say the reason that this works is called spiritual law. It's not just, I'm going to think positive right now. So I started saying, you know what, there's way more than positive thinking involved, because I don't know about you, but there's days that my positive thinking went kind of tucked under the blankets. And the negative comes out. It's like, well, where's my negative? How come I can't think positively? Here comes the lashing. I'm not thinking positive. We all don't think positive every single second of every single day. I'm glad Pam likes that. So let's go to that first slide, Mr. Richard, if we can find it.
Yes.
This one.
Yes.
So positive thinking is really good if you're a beginner. It's the secret, it's the law of attraction, but it's more than positive thinking. Something else rhymes it. It is causative thinking. You feel the difference? Not positive thinking, causative thinking. Because positive, I think positive, sometimes you don't want to think positive. Sometimes I want just a few minutes of being angry. And sometimes I just feel kind of down and I'm not positive in that moment, and that's okay because I'm human. Way more than positive thinking is causative thinking, which means I know that no matter what I'm feeling on any given day, my thoughts, my belief, my vibrational energy is creating my world. And that's true for all of us. So causative thinking starts up there at the top of that symbol. My causative thinking. What's my cause? What's my energy? What's my feeling? What's my belief system? That's causing. Even if I'm having an angry day, this is still true. And this is not affected by the fact that I might be angry for a few minutes. If you're angry all the time, then yes. If you're negative all the time, that becomes your causative. But for those of you who say, oh, I can't stay positive every moment, I got mad. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Don't let that worry you, unless that's where you live all the time. Causative thinking, not just positive thinking. Brings us to one of the main core principles is consciousness. Consciousness, which is more than our mind. It's our awareness. It's what are we aware of? What can we believe? That's our consciousness. We often think of it as our thought. All right, that's good. It's our thought, it's our thinking, it's our consciousness. It's also our energy, it's also our vibration, it's also our feelings. Our consciousness is our causative factor. One of the people who influenced Curtis Holmes, her name is Emma Curtis Hawkins. If you've ever had Ruth's class, you've studied Emma Curtis Hawkins. She is not always easy to grasp because she speaks in a very different vernacular. The words that she uses are sometimes a little challenging, but this one is very easy. She says consciousness is cause. Consciousness is cause. Yeah, in case I've referred to this before, but I already told you, I want you to take this deeper than just change your thinking, change your life. Change my consciousness, change my belief, change my energy. Consciousness is cause. A new consciousness creates a new effect or experience. How many of you have experienced this already? Raise your hand. If you've experienced that a new consciousness creates a new effect or experience. Good. Can you yell out just a couple of things without giving story? Some of you who have your hands up. Yell something out. How has your consciousness created a new experience or effect in your life? In what area?
Attitude.
Attitude? What else?
Prosperity.
Wait.
Prosperity.
Prosperity?
Financial.
Financial? What over here?
Relationships.
Relationships with
House renewal.
health. Someone said health. What?
House renewal.
House renewal.
Public speaking.
Public speaking. Yeah, anything else?
Job.
Jobs? Food? Good. Changing our consciousness creates a new effect in our experience. Not always necessarily the first time you try it, however. All of you guys who yelled something out, did it work the first time or did you have to work it a little bit? Most of us have to work it a little bit. Now it is possible for it to change with one time. The reason it usually doesn't is because it's on the surface. We go, oh, okay, I'm going to create new financial abundance in my life. But we don't believe it yet. So it's the first time we say the thought, it hasn't really gotten deeply in us yet. So we say it again. And we start with things like, if God is abundance, then I must be abundant too. And, oh, I understand that. Now I've just deepened it just a little bit. Okay, I am abundant. Good. And then we come across a bumpy road in our life and we go, oh, well, it doesn't look like I'm very abundant right now. Sometimes the effects aren't quite there yet, but we keep working it. We keep doing the work to remember that whatever new consciousness, whatever new experience we want, we start with that conscious place. My evidence for myself was relationship. I was in a long-term relationship that really wasn't working for me. But it wasn't until I believed that I could have something new and different that I had the guts to walk away from it. So for a long, long time, I kept trying to fix the relationship. I kept trying to pray to make the relationship better. Some of you have heard my story. It's worth repeating again because for me, it's my biggest awareness of, oh my goodness, when I finally believed that I deserved something better had happened. She's sitting over there. When any of us dare to believe that we deserve, because we're a child of God, we deserve something better. It may mean you have to take that old religious teaching and flush it down the toilet about 50,000 times until we start to believe that we do deserve it and that we can have something different. But the new experience couldn't happen for me in the relationship until my consciousness believed that it could. And it doesn't matter what it is. We don't get to have a new experience of financial abundance until we change our consciousness, which starts with changing our mind, starts with changing our thinking. But we need to deepen it beyond just thought to energy, to vibration. Pretty soon you can't stop it. If you change that vibrational pattern inside of you, it'll start coming to you like magnets. And you can't stop that from happening. But the place to do it is in the consciousness. So we keep, there's one source, it is my abundance. It is right here where I am. I believe this is true. When we finally got caught in the effects, we go, oh, but the economist said, okay, I just got caught back in the web of effects. What do I want to know? It's like a dance. It's like a dance. We get caught. We go, I got caught. We become aware without being mad at yourself. You just got caught. I'm going to remember again that there's something greater than me, and it's my source. And it doesn't matter whether we're talking about relationships or money or health or buying a new truck or having spiritual awareness, healing the body, calming down our nerves. It doesn't matter what subject that we're talking about. Emerson, Ralph Waldo Emerson, who also influenced Ernest Holmes, he said, there is no big and no small to the soul that maketh all. No big and no small to the soul that maketh all. Reminding us that it doesn't matter if something that you're dreaming of changing in your life appears to be big. Because we tend to think, oh, well, that's easy because it's little, I can handle that. But I don't know about handling that. There is no big and no small to this one source. Let me tell you something why I look up a lot. I got this aha experience at the Minister's Ongoing Education Conference. And we were doing an exercise that this morning just clicked into my head why this exercise is so powerful. And I'm going to cut to the end game. We were sitting and we were told to look, not down, but kind of down the floor like that, look out. And we were told to think about a problem that we have. Okay, so everybody of course can name one. Or something that's challenging us, and we're all looking down. And we were asked to just let that problem kind of